Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be showing you the eBay cold air intake for the 4.8, 5.3, and 6.0 GM truck motors. I'm also going to be doing an install video. It comes with everything: the new air box, which is just two pieces, the strips that seal it to the hood, the elbows, all the adapters, the clamps, new filter, and the piping. I'm going to be showing an up close of it here in a second. Okay, to install a cold air intake, you're going to have to remove all of this right here. This is your mass airflow. It will be getting reused. But you have to remove this clamp. There should be a clamp here, but there's not. This clamp and this clamp. Remove your air box. And then you'll have to unbolt the bottom section of your air box, which you can hear it. So let's get started. It's a little windy here today, so I'm going to give a wind warning. You might not be able to hear everything I say. All you have to do is undo this hose clamp. Well, clamp, whatever you want to call it, hose clamp. Then undo this clamp. So there is a little barbed hose end on some right here, but this one's broke off. After you loosen the hose clamps, you're going to have to pull out the intake, and some of them can be tough. Then you have to pull up this part, and there's a long box that comes out with it down here in the bottom. Now, after removing that, you're going to remove the plug for your mass airflow and the mass airflow itself. Be careful with it because they are expensive to replace. There you go. Put that in a really safe spot. These little bitty wires in here, if you can see them, are what actually send all the electrical signals to the brain, or ECU, sorry, brain's old school term. After doing that, you're going to want to remove the top of the airbox lid. And there's 4 pretty big screws, you can't miss it. Why they use screws and not bolts, I have no idea. There you go. That's another part you don't need. Next, you're going to want to remove your air filter. This one's in really good shape still, so you can keep that if you got another truck. Next, you have to go under the truck and remove 2 pins like this that hold in the airbox on the bottom. One's here, and the other one's on this side, down there. Goes right there, as you can see. And then you can pull the bottom section of your airbox out. Okay, now you're going to want to assemble your airbox off the truck, and it has 3 holes punched in both sides of the steel mounting that come with it. And then you have to bolt together these 3, which is a 4-way screw with a flat washer. Then a lock washer goes on the inside of the box with a nut. Now how you got to do it is you just push it through the back side, which if you don't know how to bolt on something, you might not want to be trying anything. Put a flat washer on the lock washer on the inside, and then the nut on that. It's a little 8mm nut, and you're going to want to use your screwdriver and a wrench to tighten it up on the inside. Do that to all 3 bolts. The lock washers will keep them from backing out on you. Make sure you get them good and tight. Use a really good screwdriver, almost new, so that way you don't strip it. And that's the box. That's how it goes together. Now inside your truck, there's this tray that's underneath your air box. You're going to want to remove this bolt and these 2 bolts. That is what your new air box bolts to, is them 3 bolts. They're 10mm. Keep the bolts. You may even have to remove the whole tray. The intake tray that's in here will have to come out to put in the new cold air box. It would not fit no matter what, so it's going to have to come out. Now after reinstalling the 3 bolts, you can bolt them back in, and then you'll start installing your new intake. Now you're going to want to start doing some pre-assembly, which will be your air intake tubes, which you are going to know it's going to go like that. You're going to put your elbow on your tube, which there is 2 different sizes. Oh, no, same size. And a clamp. And another clamp on the other side. You're going to loosely tighten those because it could be at different angles by the time you get it on the truck. Now, this sleeve that comes with it, it's going to be for your mass airflow. Should be, but it's awfully loose. Check this side. Okay. That's your air filter. Once again, loosely clamp it. Then the way it looks, you got to reuse your mass airflow portion. Yup. Alright, line it up. And I want the little chrome strip facing down, so. And this is supposed to go on here, but it is super loose. So we're gonna have to figure out something why that is loose as it is. Fits on there good. It's loose on there. Let's check the old intake. How this goes on to the mass airflow is it pushes up on the ring tighter, and then you just clamp it down a little bit harder and it'll wrap around it real good and tight. Now we're going to start by putting it in the truck one section at a time. Okay, now you're going to want to start your fitment. Alright, there's a bushing that comes with the kit, and it'll bolt to the arm that comes off the tube. Here's the bushing. It comes with 2 flat washers, and mine actually didn't come with the bolts that bolted on, so I had to find some. Here's where that rubber bushing bolts, and it bolts to this arm on the cold air intake. Now what you gotta do is you gotta twist it and push it on the throttle body to get it to go on. It's kind of tough. There's a lot of room in here, so you can move it and adjust it. Then you gotta put your mass airflow on this side and then put your filter on. Now with this top on, I would go ahead and bolt it down because you know exactly where it's going to be now. Make sure it's good and tight. Oh yeah. Now for the next part, you're going to want to start tightening up them 2 10mm bolts on the bracket for the bushing. Now you're going to want to take your new filter and your mass airflow, stick it in. Oh, it's a tight fit. I do not like how it fits. So pull it back out. I got it in, but this was on there when we got it. They didn't send a reducer, so you gotta clamp the hell out of it. It looks like crap. The pipe is too long to fit in with the edge of it going into the edge of the box where it's supposed to be. It's a stupid trash kit. Don't buy it. It's on eBay. Don't buy it. It's a waste of money. Get a different kit from anywhere. It's terrible. But that's the install. Keep watching for more videos.